Good morning. Today we are going to solve some numerical problems on expansion waves using Prandtl-Meyer relation. Problem number 1. Consider the inviscid adiabatic flow of air at free stream conditions. M1 is equal to 2, P1 is equal to 1 atmospheric pressure and T1 is equal to 288 Kelvin around a sharp expansion corner where theta is equal to 20 degree as shown below. Now let us consider a sharp expansion corner of 20 degree. So here theta is equal to 20 degree with upstream conditions. M1 is equal to 2, P1 is equal to 1 atmospheric pressure and T1 is equal to 288 Kelvin. So here the flow is a supersonic flow. In a supersonic flow, if we have a sharp expansion corner, there we will have expansion waves. So now let us draw the expansion waves, a series of Mach waves. So this will be the forward Mach line and this will be the rearward Mach line. Assume air to be calorically perfect gas with gamma is equal to 1.4. So here we have airflow with Mach number 2. So this will be deflected in a curved manner and finally it will be, the direction will be parallel to this surface. Let's say this is region 1 and this is region 2. So this gas has gamma is equal to 1.4. Calculate the Mach number M2. So we need to calculate the downstream Mach number. So calculate the Mach number M2 downstream of the expansion corner approximately. So we need to calculate M2 Mach number value. From Prandtl-Meyer function, we have a relation from Prandtl-Meyer function. So we have a relation that is theta is equal to Prandtl-Meyer function of M2 minus Prandtl-Meyer function of M1. So where theta is equal to 20 degree, so 20 degree will be equal to Prandtl-Meyer function of M2. We don't know the value of M2 here, we need to calculate, minus Prandtl-Meyer function of M1. So where M1 is equal to 2. So this value we can refer it from gas tables. From gas table, this Prandtl-Meyer angle for Mach number 2 is 26.379. This is from gas table. This is from gas table for gamma is equal to 1.4 and M is equal to 2. So now we can represent this Prandtl-Meyer function of M2 is equal to 20 degree plus 26.379 degree. So this will give us Prandtl-Meyer function of M2 is equal to 46.379 degree. So from this value we can refer the corresponding value of M2 from gas table. So again from gas table, so for this Prandtl-Meyer angle the corresponding M2 value is 2.83. so the downstream Mach number will be 2.83. so if you look at here, this flow is accelerated to 2.83 Mach number. So M2 is equal to 2.83 Mach number. So we have arrived the solution. Now let us solve our second problem, problem number 2. Problem number 2. A supersonic flow with M1 is equal to 1.5 and P1 is equal to 1 atmospheric pressure and T1 is equal to 288 Kelvin is expanded around a sharp corner through a deflection angle of 15 degree. Now let us consider a sharp expansion corner of 15 degree. So here theta is equal to 15 degree. At upstream we have M1 that is equal to 1.5, P1 is equal to 1 atmospheric pressure, and T1 is equal to 288 Kelvin. So this will be region 1. Calculate M2, P2, T2, P02, T02 and the angle of forward and rearward Mach line with respect to the upstream flow direction and expansion fan angle. So obviously we will have expansion fan here. So this is forward Mach line, this is a rearward Mach line. So in between we will have a series of Mach waves. So after calculating these things, we need to calculate forward and rearward Mach line with respect to the upstream flow direction. So we need to calculate this forward Mach line angle with respect to its upstream direction. So this will be mu1. Then rearward Mach line angle with respect to its upstream direction. So we need to calculate this angle, this Mach line angle, this mu2, and expansion fan angle. So this angle, the angle between the forward Mach line and rearward Mach line. So this is forward Mach line, and this one is rearward Mach line. So here the flow will be like, so here at upstream this will be parallel to this surface, then it will be deflected in a curved path, then finally it will be deflected to this angle, this surface parallel to this surface. So downstream the flow direction will be parallel to this surface. So let's say this is region 2. So first of all we should find out the M2 value. So again from Prandtl-Meyer relation, we know that theta will be equal to Prandtl-Meyer function of M2 minus Prandtl-Meyer function of M1. So where theta is 15 degree, so this will be equal to Prandtl-Meyer function of M2 minus Prandtl-Meyer function of 1.5. So from gas table for Prandtl-Meyer function of 1.5, so if we refer, we will get this value as 11.905. So if we bring this value this side, so that will be added up. So Prandtl-Meyer function of M2 will be equal to 15 degree plus 11.905 degree. This sum will give us 26.905 degree. So again we have to refer gas tables to find out the M2 value for this Prandtl-Meyer angle. So if we refer, we will get M2 as 2. So now we have found M2 is 2. Then we need to calculate P2, T2, P02 and T02 values. We know that this flow process is an isentropic process, so we can use isentropic relations. So in an isentropic process, we know that stagnation temperature and stagnation pressure will be constant. So if we use that concept, T01 will be equal to T02. So from stagnation isentropic relation, this T01 can be written as T1 into 1 plus gamma minus 1 by 2 M1 square. Similarly, this T02 can be written as T2 into 1 plus gamma minus 1 by 2 M2 square. So here we know the value of T1 and M1 and M2. So we can easily calculate T2 value from this relation. So from this relation, first let us calculate the stagnation temperature value first. So using this relation, we can calculate, we know the value of T1 and M1. So if we calculate, we will get T01 as this is equal to T02 is equal to 417.6 Kelvin. Similarly, we can calculate the T2 value. This T2 value will be equal to T02 divided by 1 plus gamma minus 1 by 2 m2 square. So this will give us the value 232 Kelvin. Now we have found this T02 value and T2 value. Also, we know that in an isentropic process, stagnation pressure will be constant. So P02 will be equal to P01. So again, from stagnation isentropic relation, so these two can be written as P2 into 1 plus gamma minus 1 by 2 m2 square whole power gamma by gamma minus 1 is also equal to P1 into 1 plus gamma minus 1 by 2 m1 square whole power gamma by gamma minus 1. So using this terminology, we can calculate P02 and P01, so both are same, so that will be equal to, so after the calculation we will get this value as 3.671 atmospheric pressure. Similarly, we can calculate the P2 value similar to static pressure, static temperature value. So this P2 will be equal to P0 value divided by this term 1 plus gamma minus 1 by 2 m2 square whole power gamma by gamma minus 1. So we will get this value as 0.469 atmospheric pressure. So far we have calculated M2, P2 and P02 value. Now we have to calculate this forward Maclaurin angle, rearward Maclaurin angle and fan angle. From Mach angle relation, we know that mu1 will be equal to sine inverse of 1 by m1. So where m1 is equal to 1.5, so 1 by 1.5. So this will give us the value 41.81 degree. Similarly, mu2 is equal to sine inverse of 1 by m2. So this is equal to sine inverse of 1 by, so we found the m2 value, that is 2. So this will give us the value 30 degree. Now we can easily calculate this fan angle. So this fan angle will be summation of this mu1 plus this theta and minus this mu2. So this fan angle will be equal to, so summation of these two angles mu1 and theta minus this angle will give us the angle between the forward Maclaurin and rearward Maclaurin. So minus mu2, so where mu1 is 41.81 degree, theta is 15 degree, minus mu2 is 30 degree. So after the calculation, expansion fan angle will be 26.81 degree. Now let us move to the problem number 3. A supersonic flow at Mach number is equal to 2 and P1 is equal to 0.8 atmospheric pressure and T1 is equal to 270 Kelvin expands through a two convex corner of 10 degree, each arranged one by one in a plane. A supersonic flow at M1 is equal to 2, P1 is equal to 0.8 atmospheric pressure and T1 is equal to 270 Kelvin expands through two convex corner of 10 degree. So let us consider two convex corners of 10 degree in the same plane. So this one be, so the first convex corner of 10 degree, again it is expanding through another convex corner of same 10 degree. So So in this problem we will have two expansion fans. So one is at this corner, so another one will be in this corner. So let's say this is region 1, this is region 2, and this is region 3. The flow path will be, so here the flow direction will be parallel to this surface. It moves like this here, and it will get a curved deflection here. So at downstream, the flow direction will be parallel to this surface, a parallel streamline, and then again it will be deflected curvely, and finally it will get the direction parallel to this surface. Determine the downstream properties M3, P3, T3 and the angle of the second fan. So we need to calculate the angle of the second fan here, the angle between the forward MAC line and rearward MAC line. So this angle we need to calculate. To calculate this angle, we need this forward MAC line angle mu2 and this rearward MAC line angle mu3. So this angle will be equal to summation of these two angles. So mu2 plus 10 degree minus mu3. To calculate mu2 value, we need m2 value here. So first let us find out the m2 value. So again from Prandtl-Meyer relation, so from Prandtl-Meyer relation, theta will be equal to, so V of downstream Mach number m2 minus V of upstream Mach number m1. So theta is 10 degree, so this 10 degree is equal to Prandtl-Meyer function of m2 minus Prandtl-Meyer function of m1, where m1 is 2. So from gas tables, this Prandtl-Meyer angle of 2 is 16.38 degree. So Prandtl-Meyer function of m2 will be equal to 10 plus 16.38 degree. So this will be equal to 26.38 degree. So again from gas table, the corresponding m2 value is equal to 2.38. So from this Mach number we can calculate the mu2 value. So that is sine inverse of 1 by m2. So after the calculation we will get this value as 24.85 degree. Then to calculate this fan angle we need mu3 value. To find out this mu3 value we need m3 value. So again from Prandtl-Meyer relation we need to calculate this m3 value. So this theta will be equal to V of m3 minus, so here we can directly relate region 1 and region 3 because we know that the entire process is an isentropic process. So we can directly relate region 1 with region 3. So let's say this is total expansion angle, that will be equal to Prandtl-Meyer function of m3 minus Prandtl-Meyer function of m1. So here the theta is 20 degree totally. So this will be equal to Prandtl-Meyer function of m3 minus Prandtl-Meyer function of m1, that is 2. So we already know that Prandtl-Meyer function of 2 is 16.38 degree. So Prandtl-Meyer function of m3 minus 16.38 degree. So Prandtl-Meyer function of m3 will be equal to 36.38 degree. So from gas table, if we calculate the corresponding Mach number, so that will be 2.83. So now we can find out the mu3 value. So that is equal to sine inverse of 1 by m3. So this will give us the value of 20.69 degree. Now we can easily calculate the fan angle. That fan angle is equal to mu2 plus 10 degree minus mu3. So after the calculation we will get this result as approximately equal to 14 degree. So in this problem, so far we have calculated this fan angle alone. Now let us, and also we know that this M3 value. Now let us calculate this P3 value and T3 value from the constants. So we know that stagnation temperature will be constant. So T01 will be equal to T03. So from stagnation isentropic relation, this can be written as T1 into 1 plus gamma minus 1 by 2 m1 square. Similarly, T03 can be written as T3 into 1 plus gamma minus 1 by 2 m3 square. So here we know the value of T1, m1 and m3 value. So we can easily calculate the T3 value, that will be equal to this term divided by this term. So T1 into 1 plus gamma minus 1 by 2 m1 square divided by 1 plus gamma minus 1 by 2 m3 square. So after the calculation we will get this value as 186.8 Kelvin. Similarly for stagnation pressure, so P01 will be equal to P03. So this can be written as similar to this, P1 into 1 plus gamma minus 1 by 2 m1 squared whole power gamma by gamma minus 1 from stagnation isentropic relation. This is equal to P3 into 1 plus gamma minus 1 by 2 m3 square into gamma whole power gamma by gamma minus 1. So here also we know the value of P1, m1 and m3 value. So now we can calculate P3 value. So this is equal to this term divided by this term. So P1 into 1 plus gamma minus 1 by 2 m1 square whole power gamma by gamma minus 1 divided by, so 1 plus gamma minus 1 by 2 m3 square. So after the calculation we will get this value as 0.2203 into 10 power 5 Newton per meter square. So we have calculated fan angle M3, P3 and T3 values. Problem number 4. So here they have given a gradually compressing corner, so that will produce a series of Mach lines. So this flow is also an isentropic process. So we can directly use isentropic relations to relate region 1 to region 2. Also we can use Prandtl-Meyer relations to relate region and region 2. So they asked us to calculate M2, T2 and T2 values. So now first let us calculate M2 value first. From Prandtl-Meyer relation, we know that this relation can be applicable for all the isentropic flows with a series of series of Mach waves. So theta will be equal to, so here also Prandtl-Meyer function of M2 minus Prandtl-Meyer function of M1, but here we need to substitute negative theta value because it is a compression process. So here we need to substitute minus 20 degree. So this will be equal to V of M2 minus V of M1, that is 2.4. So from gas table, so we will get this value as V of M2 is equal to, say, M2 minus that value is 36.7465. So after interchanging we will get this V of M2 as 16.7465 degree. So then from gas tables, if we refer, we will get M2 as 1.664 Mach number. Then we need to calculate T2 and P2 value. We know that, so whatever the stagnation pressure and temperature created here will be same as in this region 2. So T01 will be equal to T02. So this is equal to T1 into 1 plus gamma minus 1 by 2 m1 square is equal to T2 into 1 plus gamma minus 1 by 2 m2 square. So after the calculation we will get this T2 value as 450 Kelvin. Similarly, we know that P01 is equal to P02. So from Stanley's isotopic relation, this can be written as P1 into 1 plus gamma minus 1 by 2 m1 square whole power gamma by gamma minus 1. It is also equal to P2 into 1 plus gamma minus 1 by 2 m2 square whole power gamma by gamma minus 1. So after the calculation we will get this P2 as 4.69 into 10 power 5 Newton per meter square. So we found m2 value, T2 value and P2 value. Now let us move on to problem number 5. A supersonic flow at m1 is equal to 3, T1 is equal to 285 Kelvin and P1 is equal to 1 atmospheric pressure is deflected upward through a compression corner with theta is equal to 30.6 degree. So first it faces a compression corner, that is deflected upward. With theta is equal to 30.6 degree and then is subsequently expanded around a corner of the same angle. So and then it is subsequently expanded with the same angle, theta is equal to 30.6 degree. So here we will have an oblique shock wave. At this corner we will have expansion fan. So let's say here we have an oblique shock wave. So here we will have expansion fan. So here the flow direction will be parallel to this surface. So and then it will be deflected to this surface angle. So here it will be turned curvely and finally it will get the direction parallel to this surface. So let's say this is region 1 and this is region 2 and this is region 3. Same angle such that the flow direction is same as its original direction. So the flow direction will be same as the original direction. So region 3 direction and region 1 direction are same. Calculate M3, P3 and T3 at the downstream of the expansion corner. So we need to calculate M3 value, P3 value and T3 value at the downstream of the expansion corner. To calculate these values, first we need to know region 2 properties. Now let us solve the flow from region 1 to region 2 first. So let us consider the flow from region 1 to region 2. To find out the region 2 properties, first we need to calculate the normal components. To calculate those normal component value, we need the shock wave angle beta. So from oblique shock table, for gamma is equal to 1.4, theta is equal to 30.6 degree and m1 is equal to 3, the corresponding value of beta will be equal to 52 degree. So if we know this beta value, then we can calculate the normal component. So normal Mach number component, this is equal to, from trigonometric relation, is equal to m1 into sine of beta. So here m1 is 3, sine of 52 degree. So this will be equal to 2.36 degree. So then we need to refer normal shock wave table. So then from normal shock wave table, for gamma is equal to 1.4 and mn1 is equal to 2.36, we can refer mn2 value, that is 0.527, then p2 by p1 value, that is 6.332, and T2 by T1 value, it will be equal to 2.003. So again, from trigonometric relation, you can calculate m2 value as mn2 divided by sine of beta minus theta. So here we know the value of mn2, beta and theta value. So after the calculation, we will get m2 as 1.444. Then so from this ratio, we can represent P2 as 6.332 times P1 value. So this will give us 6.332 atmospheric pressure. Similarly, T2 is 2.003 times T1 value. So this will be equal to 570.855 Kelvin. Now we know the value of M2, P2 and T2. So here we know the value of M2, P2 and T2. Now let us proceed to the flow from region 2 to region 3. Now let us consider the flow from region 2 to region 3. So here we need to use Prandtl-Meyer relation because we have here expansion fan here. So then from Prandtl-Meyer relation, we know that this expanding angle theta will be equal to Prandtl-Meyer function of m3 minus Prandtl-Meyer function of m2. So from gas table, you can refer this Prandtl-Meyer function corresponding to Mach number 2, so m2. So this will be equal to 10.262. So V of m3 will be equal to theta plus 30.6 degree plus 10.262 degree. So this will give us 40.762 degree. So from gas table, the corresponding value of m3 will be equal to 2.66. Then we know that stagnation temperature at region 2 will be equal to stagnation temperature at region 3. So T02 is equal to T03 from stagnation isentropic relation. This can be written as T2 into 1 plus gamma minus 1 by 2 m2 square. This is also equal to T3 into 1 plus gamma minus 1 by 2 m3 square. So here we know the value of T2 and m2 and m3. So we can easily calculate T3 value. So after the calculation, we will get this T3 value as 334.39 Kelvin. Similarly, we know that stagnation pressure will be constant. So P02 will be equal to P03. Again, from stagnation isentropic relation, this P02 can be written as P2 into 1 plus gamma minus 1 by 2 m2 square whole power gamma by gamma minus 1, and P03 can be written as P3 into 1 plus gamma minus 1 by 2 m3 square whole power gamma by gamma minus 1. So from this relation, we can calculate the P3 value. So after the calculation, we will get this value as 0.9739 atmospheric pressure. So we have calculated M3 value, P3 value and T3 value. That's all for today's class. Thank you.